So you're super excited. You've just booked your first track day and you're getting your car ready to go out to the track. But then a little bit of reality hits and you think, how much is this going to cost me? Well, today on Bernie Rubber's Garage, that's what we're going to go over. How much does a typical track day cost? My name's Kane. Bernie's not around just yet, but welcome to Bernie Rubber's Garage. So I'd been going to a couple of track days and then my wife bought me this car. I work hard so my car can have a better life. And it rings true. Track days aren't the cheapest hobby to have. However, it's a lot of fun. Now maybe you've just finished a track day and you're filled with excitement. Then you go to bed and you sleep on it and you think, what is this going to cost me? That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to break down the normal costs associated with the track day. I'm going to show you my costs associated with going to the track and tracking this Corvette Z06. A little bit of background. I only have 15 track days under my belt. It's been about 2.5 years doing it. So I'm not an expert by any means, but hopefully this will give you a general idea of what it's going to cost to track your car. The first and biggest cost is the track fee. Now how it normally works is a provider will rent out the entire track and then you will pay that provider for your track day. Most of the time this is going to be an hpde event or high performance driver education. It's kind of the introduction to track driving. So what does your money get you? Well, in novice you will have an instructor with you and they will show you such things as the racing line, good driving techniques, and how to be safe out on track. Every provider will be slightly different. However, generally, each track session will last about 20 minutes and you'll get about 5 to 6 sessions a day. The next biggest expense is going to be tires. Now for me, I'm running the Nitto NT05. It's a 200 treadwear tire. I find it has a good balance between longevity and performance. For a set of Nitto NT05s, I'm paying about $1,064. I normally get 8 track days out of them, and they're running just over $1,000 a set. So if we break that down per track day, we're looking at about $133 each day. The next biggest expense, for me, the brake pads. Now right now I'm running Carbotech XP10s. They have great performance. Longevity, not so much. I'm seeing about 8 track days per set of brake pads. A set is going to cost about $397, which broken down turns into about $50 per track day. Along with brakes, we've got the other consumable of the brake rotor. I haven't had great luck with brake rotors recently. I've had 2 different sets and they both ended up cracking fairly quickly, maybe after 4 or 6 track days. Right now I'm running centric high carbon brake rotors. I'm hoping to get about 12 track days out of these rotors. $250 a set, divide that by 12, we get $21 per track day. One cost that may surprise you is fuel. The trip computer shows I get about 6.5 miles to the gallon while on track. And depending on fuel prices, I budget about $60 every track day just on gas. Next up, we're going to talk about fluids. They're all consumables and they all have a cost. First off, the engine oil. Now I'm running Mobil 1 plus a filter. That's going to cost about $60 per oil change. I estimate about 4 track days in between changes. I do get the oil analyzed by Blackstone Labs just to try and keep a track of how the engine is wearing. So $60, divide that by 4, and that's $15 every track day. Differential fluid is next. I'm planning to change that out about every 12 track days, and I'm using AmSoil 7590 with an limited slip additive. Putting the additive in does raise the cost, and total cost per differential change is about $100. Divide that by the 12 track days and that comes to $9. Next fluid is the transmission fluid, and I'm running AmSoil Torque Drive. It costs about $60 and I'm expecting to change that out about every 12 track days. So that comes to $5 a track day. And finally, the brake fluid. Now we previously spoke about changing that out every 6 months. I am going to change to Motul RBF 660, which is about $50 every brake flush. That comes to $9 each track day. Now the reason why I'm changing is my last track day on the 3.1 at Crescent Motorsport Ranch, I did notice a little bit of brake fade at the end of the 20-minute session, and then really started to feel it at the end of a 30-minute session. So I'm going to try change out that brake fluid, and hopefully that's going to help with the brake fade. Now those are the normal consumables that I plan for on a track day. The total comes to $552. Hopefully you're able to pick up some overtime or to budget wisely, and that way you can treat yourself. So in the end, is this just a waste of money? Well, no. In the end, I'd love to get a racing license. So I see this money as an investment to achieving that goal. Well, I hope that information is helpful to you. That's my cost associated with tracking this Corvette. However, the cost does change depending on the car you're going to drive. So if you have a smaller car, maybe a Miata out there, I would love to hear about your costs associated with tracking, as I believe it's going to be a little cheaper than this. And who knows, maybe I'll come and join the Miata is the answer mantra and end up with one of those. We really don't know. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this quick video. If you have, go ahead, give me a like, maybe comment down below what you'd like to see. Now next up, we've got a track day video. That is set for this Saturday, so next Friday we should be able to get that video out. Once again, thanks for watching, we appreciate it. See you out there on track.